What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 19 of Have a Shift Day. We got a lot to talk about, and we love hockey. There you go.
It's a great intro.
Yeah.
It's a great intro. For
Thank you.
That's something. We're in the CMI this week, unfortunately.
Yeah, we bounce around a lot.
You got kicked out of PPG Paints Arena.
We were not even in
We were
PPG
supposed to
Paints
do it
Arena.
because we're actually opening for McAfee when he comes here next week. So
We should
Anyway.
get Pat
True.
McAfee on the show,
On the pod.
on the podcast.
yeah.
Get him
That'd
on
be
the
cool.
pod.
Impromptu podcast. with
Announcements.
Pat McAfee.
Okay,
Oh, yeah. Big,
we have a big announcement here.
major.
So
We do.
Bro didn't read the game notes.
I did.
I don't think he did.
Did
Oh my
you?
goodness.
Yeah,
I really
I
don't
did.
think
I
he
did.
did. Anyway.
I'm reading them.
I'm reading them too.
Anyways, so we are going to be moving independent from Inside the Rink. We're going to go back to posting our episodes on our own channel. We made this decision just because we want to focus on our brand, focus on building it up. And it was a difficult decision, but we are definitely grateful for having the chance to collaborate with Inside the Rink for a while. But we are also just very excited about what this opportunity can do for us. So with that, next week will be our last episode on Inside the Rink's channel. All of our season 2 episodes will be uploaded to our own channel, the Have a Shift Day channel, very soon. So since next week will be our last week with Inside the Rink, make sure you are subscribed to Have a Shift Day on YouTube, because we, even though the season's coming to an end soon, we are going to be covering the playoffs, and our playoff coverage is going to be on that channel. So make sure you are subscribed, because we're going to be talking playoff hockey. We're probably going to be making some podcasts over the summer, not as frequent, but please make sure you are subscribed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, subscribe. Let's go.
Yeah. What was that?
I don't know what that was.
Taking a
Maybe.
quick
guess.
shift over to Penguins.
Yes.
Yeah, Sidney Crosby doing Sidney Crosby things. For starters. The other night against Buffalo.
For starters.
For
For my
starters.
appetite.
Well,
Uh,
last week we were like, by the time you see this episode, he probably has broken the record. That was, in fact, true.
He did that about an hour and a half later against Buffalo. It was 7-3 loss. Pretty sad, but Sid ended up doing it for the... Was it a 7-3 loss? I don't even think...
Oh, it was a 7-3
yeah.
loss.
Did we put up 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, still sucked. And
Sid got it on a goal, which was pretty awesome.
yeah,
It was 7-1
and
at the end of the second, by the
Troy
way.
and Trina, Mr. and Mrs. Crosby were there with
you know
Kathy.
The government names?
Yeah,
That's
with
crazy.
Kathy, his girlfriend.
Yeah.
That is insane.
You don't? Guess
Not
you're
on
not
the
a
top
fan.
of my head.
Guess you're not a fan. Whatever.
I what are the names again?
Troy and Trina.
I knew it was.
Yeah, I knew that.
I didn't know the.
I think I forgot Trina, but I knew Troy.
Yeah.
Cause,
Yeah, because Troy was drafted.
yeah,
in
he
the
played for
NHL.
a bit.
He was drafted by the Canadians.
Oh, also, if you happen to see someone else in the room, this is Ronan. He is recording us for his video storytelling project. He's one of our fellow sports comm majors here.
Let's go,
Right?
Ronan.
Yeah, I'm babe.
I'm
babe.
babe.
Oh my gosh. I don't say that.
Ronan, can we get a hum babe?
Back on track. My bad for interrupting.
Oh.
Oh no.
babe.
Hey!
There we go.
Bye.
We're back.
Back on track with Sidney Crosby doing Sidney Crosby things.
Sidney Crosby.
Would have been
I
great
don't-
if he did that on home ice, but
I mean,
I'm just glad he got it done.
Yeah.
I think his performance in the following game really made up for that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
we can move to that game because
I think we should talk about this milestone a little more, because it's like just
that consistent
just
for that long.
20 years. Like, for some guys, it's a career season to be a point per game player. He's done it for 20 years.
every single season of his career.
Like not
and
one,
every single year of my life.
not
and
one
Ryan's.
bad year.
Yeah,
Not
you,
a single
on.
bad year.
you gotta, you gotta think about it, like, especially years when he's had concussion and things like that, where he's dealt with probably the, serious heavy hitters. And you take a guy who maybe, he doesn't play full 82 games. Let's say he plays, 40, he plays 45, around that, but he's still doing it. You know what I mean? That means he's not playing. He doesn't have 82 games to be able to get one or two game, even more points per game. You know what I mean? But you're taking a guy who has you shorten that by half, and he's still putting up an insane amount of
and
points.
It's not like he's doing it by like 1 or 2 points, like just
he's-
barely getting it. He's doing it by like 5 at the very least.
Another thing with the concussions, I think it goes to show. Like, I think with the concussions, his legacy means more because he overcame all of that.
Yeah, it's kind of like
And s-
Lemieux.
Yeah, and won 2 Stanley Cups after, like,
Yeah.
he was considering retiring at that
Yeah.
point. I mean, it's
Yeah.
just Sidney Crosby stuff.
Your wallet was just really close to
Yeah.
my stuff.
Megan wants your money.
I will
I
say we're
don't-
seeing. I don't know if it's because of the COVID era and that just being kind of just a setback on everything, you know. But like,
Was that your stomach?
No, that was like a burp.
Oh.
So
Oh, my.
excuse me.
but like,
It's days like these when I miss the multi-track of the media hub.
but basically, like, you're looking at Sid, and where was I going with this?
I'm sorry, I totally interrupted
COVID
you.
year, something
Oh
with
yeah,
that.
yeah. So
That's
no,
on me.
you're totally fine. But like, so with Sid and what we saw, like with COVID year, he was still doing Sidney Crosby things. He was still one of the greatest players of all time, and on the ice at the moment. And you look at him now, it's like you'd think that he'd progressively get worse because that's how every player does. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He was unbelievable, still really, really good. Kind of, not to say he fall off because that's too harsh of a thing, but especially during COVID, seeing this man kind of play maybe to par of what he normally is to now just skyrocketing again. Like, I don't know about you guys, but looking at him, this year is unbelievable. Like, he's
yeah.
played better this
Yeah.
year than he did probably the last 4 or 5.
Yeah, and he had a slow start too.
Yeah.
And he's 3 goals away from a 30-goal season.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
unbelievable.
It really is. Okay, how many points does he have, like,
This year?
total? Yes.
This year,
Total?
81.
81?
Career, 1,677.
Like, we're talking, like,
If
how
he
many
never,
more games do the Penguins have? 6? 7?
7.
7? It's not a stretch to say he hit 1,700 points this season. 13 points in 7 games?
Oh.
Mm.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean,
You don't think Sidney Crosby can get
I
13
think
more
you're getting the
points in
math
7
wrong
games?
here.
You're definitely getting the math wrong.
Wait,
yeah, you are. It's 1,677.
oh, I
Bro's got to
remember
get
that.
like 20,
He's gotta get
23.
23 points.
23 points
He
in
will
6
hit
games.
1,700 next year, guys.
He's not getting 23 points
go
in
off,
7
Sid.
games.
I don't think it's a stretch.
I don't
Uh,
think it's a stretch.
My bad.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
It is Sidney Crosby, so.
But it's also the
but-
Pittsburgh Penguins. Like,
This and what
Okay, so he's not going to get 1,700 this season.
No, but I think
No.
with what he's doing with points and what we talked about last week is kind of moving to this. We'll go back to the what Sid kind of partnered with, but I think it was really
Yeah.
smart with only like 6 or 7 games left, and you mentioned it last week, bringing up these young guys. And I think with the amount of games that they have, it's bringing up McGroarty and like it's smart. Get him
Yeah.
more like. You don't want to wait till next year.
Yeah.
Throw this year out of the water, which honestly they should have done earlier.
McGroarty,
That's right.
he earned it.
Yeah.
He was
And
playing really good in
I know we're
Wilkes-Barre.
going to get to the Ottawa game in a second, but, like, we need to talk about, like, how good not only McGroarty, but, like, him, Koivunen, like, all the call-ups did in that game. So
Yeah.
I thought they played very good.
They played a solid game. Good birthday present. for
Ottawa's
him,
a
too.
good team, and they're fighting for a spot, and we shut them out. So
Yeah.
It was good. Of course, getting outshot like we normally do, but Jari keeping it, stable and defense as well, just blocking shots and making sure that puck gets into the neutral zone and further. And they did a great job at that.
It was a great game. And once again, we were talking about Sidney Crosby. Sidney Crosby's fingerprints were all over this game in every category, Ryan.
Yeah.
yeah, and something else along the lines with the young guys, like the day of or the day after we brought up McGroarty, Koivunen, Sid was staying on the ice with them,
Mhm.
like working with them. And I saw someone say, I want to say it was on X or something, like, this is why the Penguins aren't going to trade Crosby. Because
you
you
can't.
need someone like this to mentor those guys.
Yeah.
Like, you still need a veteran presence, especially a superstar veteran presence who's still getting it done.
Yeah.
To help. What am I trying to say?
Like
Help
to
usher in the
develop-
next generation.
yeah, I
And
don't think Crosby wants to leave regardless, but
No.
that's
And I
it's
mean-
just like luxury to have
Yeah.
someone like that to look up to for these young guys.
And it definitely helped if
Yeah.
you watched McGrady play on Crosby's line in Ottawa.
Mm-hmm.
McGrady just played great. He generated a lot of chances. He was physical.
Yeah, I think his ceiling is 70-point player in the NHL.
I think that's fair.
I think
If he
that's
plays alongside Crosby
I think that's his
too,
ceiling. Yeah,
like in the next.
I don't think it's fair to expect a point per game out of McGrady. I don't think he's that type of player.
No, but still 70
No,
points.
I
Like
think
that's not
70
bad at
points
all.
is a ceiling. Yeah. So we'll see. I mean,
yeah, we'll see how he performs, and hopefully
it's
that.
year one. Like
And Koivunen too.
Yeah.
He played
Like,
great.
Yeah.
next year, I'm fully expecting McGrady to be a full-time NHLer.
Oh, I think so.
That should
Him
be
and
the
Koivunen?
yeah, that should
Him
be
and
the
Koivunen both.
expectation. And they should both be playing in the top 6.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong; these next few games are really going to test these guys.
Oh yeah.
Right, we got the Blues, who again are fighting and want to
They've
keep it
won
going.
They've won
the
10
They're on
10 straight.
fire.
Now, I don't care what. I don't think anyone in this world of hockey, even Blues fans,
thought
thought
that was going to happen.
No.
that was going to happen.
We
Uh,
can.
They thought a stretch was going to happen. They're playing them tonight at 8 in St. Louis, of course. But I mean, imagine if the young guys pull out something great tonight. We end that streak.
That'd be great.
That's going to be awesome. And if they were to do that, that's going to set a tone. Not like we need a tone set for the rest of the season, but it's going to set a good message throughout the locker room that there are better things to come.
Yeah.
And there's a good line that we're going to hopefully cross to be able to push for the future. And I think this tonight is huge. And don't get me wrong. I mean, playing further on, we got the Stars over the weekend, and then we got home and home with the Blackhawks, and we're playing the Devils. Like, these are all testing. I mean, for any team, for these young guys,
Mhm.
it's going to be a test, and
Absolutely.
they're giving them the right amount of games, not too much exposure, hopefully, and then send them back down when they need for playoffs, for Wilkes. But this is a good time, and I'm hoping that they produce.
2 things.
Yeah.
One, Ryan, just try and stay in front of the mic a little bit because going to the side, I don't think's fully picking you up.
Okay.
Second, last time the Blues lost was against us, 5-3.
Oh,
So,
Good scoop.
wait, that was the last time the Blues lost?
March 13th.
I didn't even know we already played the Blues.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
we
did at
did.
home.
When did we play the Blues?
At home
March
on
13th.
March 13th.
Yeah. Literally just said.
I don't even remember that game.
Well, it happened.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
But the Blues, yeah, they are certainly. Besides Washington, I'd say the Blues are one of my biggest surprises this year, and I think that it was a really good move by them to hire Jim Montgomery
Oh,
after
for sure.
the Bruins fired him, and the Bruins were really stupid for firing him.
Huh? They're
I mean,
lost.
the Bruins,
Yeah.
Bruins are the worst team in
yeah.
the East.
The
We can
Bruins are on
go-
a 6-game losing streak.
Yeah, we can go over that more once we get to the once we dive more into the NHL. But back to Crosby for one more second, because something else that happened for him this week. He is now a shareholder in a Swiss luxury watch company that was co-founded by NHL players
Let's go, Sid.
who
Slay.
were Mark Streit, former
Much
Stanley Cup champion, and Roman Josi.
The business for that place is going to go nuts.
Yeah.
Seeing
so-
Sidney Crosby being a part of something,
Yeah.
like, very well
I mean,
that
he looks so happy in this picture.
you know very well that everybody's going to go, oh, Sid owns that watch? Yeah, I'll take it. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I saw a video. That made me
This
sad.
is such a weird video.
Yeah.
What is this?
yeah, I saw that.
Do I want to know?
It's like AI, but it's like the life of Sidney Crosby.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of neat. They did
I
a
think
good
it's
job.
cool.
Yeah, they
I
did a
think it's
really good
cool.
job.
Honestly, this isn't even the worst thing of AI I've ever seen. That does not look like Sidney Crosby.
That
though.
was his picture, though.
Was it really?
Yeah, he did that after draft, and then right after that, he did the fire puck.
Oh yeah. I don't know what picture he's talking about.
I'm not ready for him to
It-
retire.
We still got a couple more years.
I
Enjoy
just-
them,
Yeah,
Jake.
it's
Enjoy
just-
them.
I just saw Mario Lemieux.
This video's
morph
making
into
me
Sidney
sad.
Crosby.
This video's making me sad.
All right, Nick, put it away. Jake's getting sad.
I'm actually getting Welsh.
All right. Well, we talked about McGroarty. What about Koivunen and how he performed in his first game?
Great. Generated a good amount of shots.
Good. Fast pace, brought in some physicality. great in the neutral zone. But yeah, just overall good playing for how young he is. You know, bringing him up. I mean, good first game.
All right. And as you mentioned, we have the Stars and the Blackhawks coming up. Obviously, the Blackhawks should hopefully be a game we win. But the Stars, they're gonna
Stars are
be-
cooking.
I
I think they're on a
tough.
6-game winning streak right now. So
Let us check.
I
I can find out.
yeah, they are, and
Okay.
they played one less game than the Jets, and they're 4 points behind them. So I mean that's a fight in the Central.
Oh, I never didn't even
So I think
realize
whoever
that.
wins, winning the Central is such a big deal because whoever gets second place has to play at the Avalanche in the second round, which is just a nightmare for.
I think I think this is another case of you want to win the division.
Yes.
Because I think regardless of who ends up in that series, I'm picking the Avs. Especially if somehow Gabriel Landeskog comes back. Because that will be such a boost for them.
Seeing Rantanen play the Avalanche in the first round would be theater, though.
I know, that'd be so good. Oh, I can't wait for playoffs, guys. Even though the Penguins aren't in it, I'm so excited. I think it's
We're used to it now.
Yeah, 3 straight years.
Yeah.
Um,
Can't wait for the Leafs.
I never
Or
thought
Boston
after
this year.
Panarin's Game 7 overtime goal it'd be 3 years since we could get back there.
That's
One of those things that you'll never forget.
Yeah.
But
That was just heartbreaking.
It is
Mhm.
heartbreaking.
Well, let's not break our hearts anymore and move on to some trivia.
That might break some
That
hearts.
might
That
break
might
some
break
hearts.
some hearts. Yeah, I realized that as soon as I started.
okay.
So Jake's hosting this week,
Oh
And-
no.
so it's gonna be a
I got
stat-filled week.
Not the first 2 questions.
This is gonna be
Oh, is it? It's gonna be quotes, isn't it?
No, it's
This is gonna be like, can you name this player's cousin's brother's sister who put up this many points in minor AA hockey or something?
okay.
Okay, well, hang on. Let's go over
Alright,
the
let's do it.
standings real quick. If Ryan wants to do his intro first.
Trivia. Let's go.
Didn't even. Okay.
That
It's
was
new every week.
It's new every
That was
week.
the
I
worst
like it.
one.
You keep it fresh.
You got to keep it fresh. That's what they
Gotta
want.
Keep it fresh.
Okay. I'm in
Thanks.
first
Check
place.
the expiration
Shut up.
Can't leave it in the cooler too long. Got to check those expiration dates.
Yup.
Be a good employee.
Yup.
Anyways,
keep it fresh, yo.
Subway. Eat fresh.
I'm in first place with 35 points.
Please.
Jake is in second with 17, and Ryan and Nick are tied for third with 14 each.
Let's run it.
Ryan's trying to tank.
Hypothetically.
I'm trying to tank. I want a
Hypothetically.
good draft pick.
With the
You're not
playoff-
drafting anything.
Yes, I am. ChatGPT.
I have a proposal with trivia.
What's up?
What's up?
So
Oh,
with the
no.
playoffs coming up, should we make a playoffs for trivia and have like a 1 through 4 seed to see who wins?
Oh, I like that. Megan hates
I
that.
like that.
Megan hates that because what if
No,
like,
I think
that
it
means
just-
points like really don't matter because like what if like 1-2 questions
well, we
could
can
just
have a
but, like,
regular
somebody.
season
we
champion.
can say like the 1 seed automatically gets the second round bye.
Then how would
how
Well,
we-
we would have to figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Well,
but
no.
No,
okay.
yeah.
Well,
how
then
about,
it's
how
like a
about
normal
this?
trivia.
The 1 seed. How about this? The 1 seed gets to no matter who wins or loses gets to automatically host that second to last trivia, right?
Yeah.
And then whoever the 2 people to come out
we'll,
of it.
we'll have to figure
Yeah,
it out.
yeah.
We'll have to figure it
It's a
out.
good idea.
But
though.
No, I was gonna say like
regular season champion.
regular season champion hosts it, and then you 3. The people who aren't the regular season champ play each other, and there's only one winner,
and,
and 2
that's the
losers are just
championship.
out.
And the
Well,
winner
no.
of
And then
those
the
So
three-
the
winner-
winner of that trivia
yeah,
has,
it's a
goes against for
championship.
the main like the
yeah,
other champion.
Yeah.
and then
Right.
whoever
The
like the 2
main
losers
event.
can work
So
together.
it's like
and
Yeah.
come up with
it's the
questions.
President's Cup and then the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
President's
done.
Cup, the President's Champion, the President's
President's Trophy?
Trophy.
Whatever. It's a trophy.
All right.
Someone
Isn't
give
the
me a
President's
trophy.
Cup a golf
Oh.
thing?
It's Jover.
Isn't President's Cup a golf
I think
Yeah.
it is.
trophy?
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, we got to do something to. I don't
Have
know.
to spice it up.
Well, I'm gonna have to figure out with
Well,
the boards
yeah.
when we all go. Unless, do we make our last trivia at the end of the season? At the end of the regular season?
I mean, if we do it, we can always just use pieces of paper. Like, it's not terrible.
Yeah.
That's
like,
true.
Like, we could just throw away
I
a
mean,
paper
yeah.
or two.
All right.
We'll figure it out. Just for now, we'll just do regular trivia for the next few weeks.
Cool.
Or
But-
if
but
you have
ex-
any ideas, let us know
Yeah.
in the comments.
But expect a
Oh.
playoff happening.
Okay, I want to throw this out there. I think everyone could agree with this. For next week, we're going to be cycling through the comments from this video. Comment your NHL hot takes going into the playoffs.
Yes.
yeah, do that, please.
Ooh.
And
wanna
we will
hear-
respond to them.
Okay.
We'll make another. I'll make a TikTok, or somebody will make a
Slay.
TikTok about it. Right?
Yes.
We'll post on Instagram, so the whole public can see it.
Slay.
Give us your NHL hot takes about regular season,
Well, how about
playoffs,
this?
whatever.
Penguins, whatever.
How about
Penguins.
this? We'll do that, but we'll make it a TikTok and Instagram because I think we tend to get more comments that way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Slay.
Okay.
And then, but if you
Even
do see
if
it on
you're
the,
watching right now,
if you're
on
watching
YouTube,
right now,
yeah.
put it in the comments. We'll look here too. We will be responding to them next week.
Yes.
I love you.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
I'm sorry. to
True
skip you.
or false?
Oh my gosh, this guy.
I was at a Blackhawks game where Patrick Sharp had a hat trick.
Really?
This was a question earlier.
Was
Yeah.
it?
Was
Yeah.
it?
I think it was earlier in the year.
Right, it's true.
I'll take a freebie.
Reusing questions?
I didn't ask
Lame.
that.
Yeah, you did.
I said, did I
Axe.
own?
Axe.
Body
I said,
spray.
did I own a Patrick Sharp jersey?
Oh, you did say
Oh,
that.
either way, we now know why you won the Patrick Sharp jersey.
Mhm.
I saw him get a hat trick.
Yeah,
Daddy got a
he's my
hat
favorite
trick. Can I
player,
have his
so-
jersey, please?
All right.
'Kay.
How many games have the Penguins won in Chicago when I was in attendance?
What?
A1,
Attendance.
How many times have you been
B2.
in attendance?
C5, D4. Reveal. 1.
We used to
Yes!
always lose
You
to
always
those.
Yeah.
lost. You'd always break
Always
always
my
lost,
heart.
in
lost.
Chicago.
I was gonna say 0 if you had that as one of them.
I mean, I was kind of hoping like
We didn't win until I've been to like 6 Penguin games in Chicago, and we didn't win until Malkin's 1,000th game,
Oh, I forgot about that.
Right.
and I was there for
Okay,
that.
Ryan.
Okay,
You and me.
I know it's gonna go nuts.
I have to ask a hard question.
Axe.
Ask.
There you go.
We're now proud.
We're
Okay.
so proud.
Okay. How many overtime goals did Phil Kessel have in the 2017-18 season? A1, B0, C3, D4.
I'd be so mad.
I'm changing it.
If I don't get this right, I'm gonna be embarrassed.
I'm changing my answer.
Okay, I'm ready.
It's 3.
Yes!
I had C. You see me write down C? Yep.
Oh,
Wait,
I-
how come for your points you put 1, 2, and you don't just tally in the corner?
This is going to be quick.
1, 2, 3. It's fun.
Okay.
oh my
Okay.
gosh. Wait, Megan, are you at 3?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
won.
Yeah, Megan won
That's it.
again.
Oh my gosh. So it's me.
Okay.
Seems
Hey,
to be
hey, hey, hey.
consistent.
President's Trophy doesn't always mean Stanley Cup.
That's true.
Yeah, we know.
In 56 games with the Blackhawks, how many points did Chris Kunitz have?
Wait,
A40,
What a legend.
B20, C28, D10.
wait, Nick, do you have 2 points right now?
Yeah.
Okay, you're each.
They're both at 2.
Repeat them.
A40, B20, C28, D10.
One more time.
A40, B20, C28, D10.
I'm so glad I'm done. I don't even remember.
Wait,
the
whoever
question.
wins this goes into third spot. I just realized that.
Yeah.
Because we're tied. Wow. Come on, get it right, Nick.
Okay.
Tanking doesn't do you anything.
Reveal.
Yeah, it does.
You're both incorrect. He had 10 points.
It was
Wow.
10. I thought he had a bit more than that.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Okay. How many game-winning goals did Kessel have in the 2018-19 season? A10, B4, C0, D9.
Game-winning goals.
Game-winning
And
goals.
what season?
2018-19 season.
I want to say I'm confident, but I'll end up getting it wrong.
Wait, reveal. Wait, number numbers again, please?
Reveal.
Reveal.
No, numbers again.
Come on, Ryan. Show me what you
Answers
got.
again.
I got you. A10, B4, C0, D9. Ready?
Yeah.
Both incorrect. He had 10.
10. That's crazy.
10? Well, he was on Arizona at that point, right?
No.
No?
The next year, I thought.
1920 was his first year on Arizona?
Well, I think didn't he get traded?
2018-19 season had career high in game-winning goals with 10.
Wowza. Okay.
Okay. How many shorthanded goals did Phil Kessel have in his career?
This is like a Phil Kessel.
A1,
I love this quiz.
B3, or wait, I was reading the wrong options. My bad. A4, B2, C1, D0.
How many short-handed?
In his career.
Say him again.
A4, B2, C1, D0. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
Reveal. He had 1.
Wow.
I was going to say 1 and then I changed it to 2.
Are they still at 2 points each?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
We keep putting the same answer.
What player had the most points in the 2017 Stanley Cup final? Could be on either team.
We just have to name the player?
Yeah.
2017, you said?
2017 Stanley Cup final. Who had the most points in that series?
Wasn't it? Wait, in the final.
In
Just
the final. Just the final.
All right, because I know at playoffs.
Yeah, the playoffs I know.
Just the final.
Dude, there was so much scoring from like each team's depth in that final.
I'm just gonna go with it. I'm probably wrong because I know playoffs,
I genuinely do.
but this might be the guys.
You know what? I don't know if it's correct, but I'm just shot in the dark.
Reveal. It's Sidney Crosby.
How
I
did
was
neither
gonna-
of you guess that?
Well, he
Let's
won.
not
He won.
overthink it
He won.
here.
The,
I
okay.
was gonna say
He
that.
won the Conn Smythe, but I remember going, "Oh, he
Oh
shouldn't
my
have won the Conn
God.
Smythe."
Yeah, because didn't Kessler have the most points in the whole? Or was that 16?
I think that
That
was
was 16.
16.
That was
Was that
16.
16? He had the most
All right.
points.
Well, I remember how good Jake was in the first 3 rounds, and
Yeah,
I was like, maybe,
thinking Getzel
and I
too.
thought that just got him over it.
Okay, I'll give you another one like that. Who had the second most goals for the Penguins in the 2017 Stanley Cup final?
Second most goals. Oh,
So I'm guessing Getzel had the most goals.
well, I'm gonna overthink everything now.
Me too. You know what?
What'd you put?
Reveal.
Well, I already wrote
It
it.
was Malkin.
Oh.
Oh!
All right.
I got it right.
Right. You can't catch a rake.
No,
I
that's
feel-
whatever.
Oh my gosh,
Jake,
the tank is
I
still on.
thought you guys would both I thought you guys would both think Jake had the most.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
thought
why
Jake had
that's
the
why I said
most.
second most. 'cause
Yeah.
I thought it'd make it more hard.
But then I was overthinking it.
Yeah.
I was like, what if it is him? I was like, what if
Yeah.
somebody squeaked above him? You know?
No, I knew Jake had the most.
That was a pretty hard. I wouldn't have guessed Malkin.
I wouldn't
If
have
I
guessed
were
him.
you guys, I would not have guessed Malkin.
I did not think it was
I was
him at
thinking
all.
Sid, and I was like, no, I remember like Malkin having a.
Malkin
few
like
goals.
had a few in like game 5.
That's
think.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I was like, Malkin had like
Yeah.
2 or 3,
Wow.
I think.
That's crazy.
So I remember Sid having like all assists.
Sid led the series in points with 7.
Yeah.
Next closest was 6. Okay.
Megan's over here typing on her laptop.
Sorry.
She got so bored of us.
No, I wasn't bored. It's just my plans changed for the evening.
Oof.
Okay. Well, I did see you win, though. Well, Ryan, you're hosting next week again.
All right. I'll try to remember.
It's like
Nah.
every other week.
I know it's bad.
I feel awful.
Nick, you are now in the top 3.
Doesn't matter.
No,
It's playoffs when it counts.
yeah,
so.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta keep the momentum going to the playoffs.
That's when I'll
so.
start studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he had a rough start. Remember?
Call me the Blues. Call me the St. Louis Blues.
I mean, if you're hot heading in the playoffs, like, it's gonna help you.
Yeah,
Oh, I
true.
am. Don't worry.
It's true.
True.
All right. What is that?
Like the Ovechkin, like hot stick celebration.
Terrible celebration.
Ovi's gonna break it like any night.
Yeah. Ovi update.
When's the next Capitals game? Because like he could just get a hat trick and break the record.
Yeah, he's 3 goals away.
Is it tomorrow?
I don't know, but I'm gonna watch it.
I added this and I thought this was actually really, really interesting. So,
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh my, yeah, he's breaking it tomorrow.
Who are they
okay.
playing?
So
It's Chicago.
Oh,
They're in Chicago.
No, it's in Washington.
oh boy.
do it, please. So
He's
Guess I'm
he's
watching
he
the
could
Capitals
easily
game
drop.
tomorrow.
He could easily drop 3 against.
there,
I think
Chicago.
he got-
that's gonna be on ESPN, like Hulu
I
and
think
everything,
he-
right?
I think
It's
he
on
passed.
NHL
Probably.
Network.
I think he passed Howe in Chicago.
Yes.
Well,
He, like,
isn't like,
scored
aren't they
goals.
doing like an
Yeah.
OV simulcast or something?
I think it's
Yeah.
on everything. Yeah.
It's probably gonna be on everything, especially if
So-
they're playing Chicago, which
Can't
like,
escape it.
Oh, imagine ending with a hat trick. Yeah, kudos to him. Hopefully he does it like that.
And he doesn't do it
Because
here.
I know he doesn't want to do it on empty net.
I don't think it's getting to Pittsburgh. He's doing it before the last game.
Hurry
oh, he
up,
is
Ovi.
doing it before Pittsburgh.
You know what I think would be really funny? Just real quick. I don't think it's gonna happen, but like, let's say it's last game. It's against us, right? He needs 1 goal. We're down by 1. Sully does not pull Jari. You know what I mean? Just leaves
Just
him that
not
empty
giving
net.
it.
I don't want. I want to see it be like a snipe.
I want it to be a regular
Yeah.
goal too, but I think he'd
It's
want
gotta be
it
a
no
regular
matter
goal
what.
in Washington.
I think
not
he just
here.
wants it.
He's
But
a
wouldn't that
thank
be funny
you.
though?
Yeah.
So he's like, no, stay in net.
Do you think? You think he'll do it on an empty net?
No,
No.
I don't think he'll want to unless it's the last day, because he does not want that dragging over till
Yeah.
next year.
This is what I
With
think.
all the hype, no way.
This is my thought. If he's on the road and is like going to be at home the next game and is 1 goal away, there's an empty net. He's not going to throw it in the empty net. Where he can easily do it
Yeah.
the next game at home. If it's at home, like if it's the last home game, I
That-
think he would throw
that's
it
a good
in.
point.
The
You know that as
Yeah.
soon as Chicago pulls the goalie, like let's
Everyone's
say
like,
What if the
"Get it
Blackhawks
to
are
Ovi!"
winning?
Yeah.
What if
What?
they're winning? Have some faith in Chicago. Come on.
True. But no,
You're
so
funny.
basically, Ovi has
be
played
serious.
1,485 games, and he's 3 goals away. Gretzky with the record at 894,
He did that in
1,487 games. I said days, excuse me.
I was gonna say,
But,
I don't think that's humanly possible.
That's crazy.
So
I did
That
see that
was-
stat though, Ryan. That's pretty crazy.
yeah, it's pretty nuts. So if he does it in 2 games, it's exact.
Yeah.
And the
That'd be
time,
cool.
the
That'd be so
differential
cool.
between game and goals is the exact same amount, which I
That'd
think
be
is pretty neat.
crazy.
Or if he does it the next game, it's just 1 game before. So that's kind of cool, something to think about. So,
Mhm. Great stat. Thank you for that.
yo,
That could have been a trivia question, but
And one thing that's
Fun.
cool about it is that Ovechkin started his career in 2005. You know who also was born in 2005?
Connor Bedard.
I was gonna say Ryan Leonard, who the Caps just signed and put
Oh.
on the
Yeah, him too.
Ovi's
Him
line.
too. Him too.
Um,
Well, he's playing Chicago. That's what I thought was our thought process. But
oh yeah, well Bedard works too. I was gonna say Ryan Leonard, who's just got signed and on his line.
I didn't know that one actually. So thank you.
Yeah. And you know what else?
I was born in 2005.
He gets a bonus in his entry level contract if he wins the Conn Smythe.
Really?
I'm not even
Bro.
kidding.
Well, I guess we can skip down to that. There were major college signings, as Nick has hinted to. Ryan Leonard with the Capitals, Gabe Perreault with the Rangers, and Jimmy Snuggerud with the Blues.
Yeah.
So
Let's
how
see what they
close are
do.
we behind- Oh, there you are.
Paparazzi.
Yeah, we have the paparazzi. today.
He just
Oh.
spawns in.
If you need some afterwards where we're just like pretending, we can do that too. We had to do that for him last year. Or was it
Oh
you?
yeah, Ryan Leonard,
Uh,
good player.
Good action shots.
Yeah, we'll get him. Anyways,
Ryan Leonard, good player.
No, but yeah, moving along. Macklin Celebrini is not a happy guy as he was playing in
Is it San Jose?
San Jose. Was moving out to his car. He was going out to his car and saw a big old scratch on it, and the Rangers bus actually hit Celebrini's car. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he did to the bus driver, but
And the
Yeah,
Sharks
I know
got
it was Igor driving
the,
that.
Probably.
the Sharks got crushed 6-1.
And so did his
So-
car.
Yeah. So like, that's just
Poor
terrible.
Celebrini.
Yeah. Anyways, going back up top real quick. We just had to throw that tidbit in there. Teams clinched playoff spots this week. We had the Stars, Golden Knights, Leafs, and Canes. Obviously, we all knew they were going to the playoffs, but
And no Boston to worry about this year.
yeah. If we wanna, we're jumping around these notes today. Boston, as we mentioned earlier, is last in the East for the
Good.
first time since when?
They're last in the East.
Yeah,
What, first time since 2003, I think?
2003. I thought it said 19 something.
It might have been like 99 or something. 97. I don't know.
Let me see if I
A
can
long
figure it
time
out.
ago.
Let me see if I can figure it out.
Hey, we're not far in front
I
of
mean,
them.
Well,
Only 2
no,
points in
but
front
like
of
we've
them.
been last in the East earlier.
think about one game though, and then it's just back up above the Sabres. So
Yeah, but the Sabres are like rolling right now, and I don't know why. It's
7-3-0.
They play Montreal tonight. Boston, Montreal tonight.
Oh, Montreal's
Montreal.
hungry for wins.
In
How
Montreal.
about that? How about the Habs? How about my team?
Your team.
My team.
We are really bouncing around
Between
these
them
game
and the
notes today.
Rangers, it's going to be fun. The East, actually, the West is pretty much like set already.
Yeah, it's
Calgary, Vancouver, Utah, like they all fall off a cliff.
It's not
And
they
Saint-
fall off a cliff. It's got St. Louis got hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And Minnesota's like they
Yeah.
keep losing, but they keep losing like overtime, so they keep getting points.
yeah,
So
just nudging.
yeah, there's a 7-point gap between St. Louis and Calgary.
But,
so
like,
I got it.
say you-
Sorry.
say
sorry.
you win-
Wait, time out.
Sorry.
Bruins in last place in East in April. Oh, in April. So specifically in April, for the first time since 1997.
oh yeah,
Oh, here's some more fun facts. 16 members of Bruins' active roster weren't alive. Titanic was the highest grossing film in theaters. 26 NHL franchises, including Hartford. South Park debuted that August. Oh, gosh. Yeah, that's it.
No, but yeah, and just like, but speaking about standings, like the race for first in the Atlantic is actually insane. And, you know, you get Toronto, Tampa Bay, and Florida. Toronto sitting 3 points ahead, 96, with Lightning Panthers trailing 93-92. This could bounce around anywhere.
Oh,
and
yeah.
the Leafs just beat the Panthers yesterday.
Yeah, that's
So-
huge for them.
That was
It's
awesome.
it's absolutely like insane, this race, and it's going to go down to the final game. I think it's going to get closer than it is right now. It's going to be within 1 point, and no one's running away with this at all until the last second.
I
As
mean, Otto's basically like in now. I think we can say
Yeah.
they're at 80.
they
Yeah.
just need to make sure they just win a few more.
Yeah.
And, you know, if they tank every, then we can start considering some other things. But they just need to win a few more games, and just they're in. So,
Yeah.
fun to
mean,
see
one-
some Canadian
one thing
teams.
I want to add about the West is, say you win the Western Conference, your prize is facing the Red Hot Blues in the first round. I mean, the last thing you want to do,
Unless you're playing the Wild.
yeah, unless you're playing the Wild.
Well, that's
We'll
probably gonna be like Vegas.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's
But
probably
like
gonna play
the
Minnesota.
Penguins in 2016, they started off terrible. Then they were the hottest team in the league to finish the regular season. They ended up winning the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
I think it matters how well you're playing into the playoffs. I think
Oh,
that's such a
absolutely.
big factor. And
Well, go ahead. Sorry.
I'll just you can go ahead.
The only other thing I want to point out is like, yeah, the Blues are 10-0 in their last 2 games, but Winnipeg, Dallas, and Colorado.
They're all
Winnipeg
hot,
7-3, Dallas 7-1-2, Colorado 7-2-1. Like
I mean, that's
All-
that's expected
all
from those
4
teams, so,
Central teams.
Yeah.
Actually, okay,
I
we're not
an-
gonna count Minnesota here.
I
but, like,
anticipate if the
everyone
Jets.
else is.
Fully anticipate Dallas, Colorado. If that ends up being the matchup and Dallas does not jump Winnipeg, that's going 7 games. And whoever St. Louis plays, I don't care if it's Winnipeg or Vegas or if it happens to be Dallas, it's going 7 games.
I agree with that.
Binnington decided it was 2019, the last night of 4 Nations, and made me mad. And then he was like, It really is 2019. Let's just keep this going.
LA versus Edmonton for the 4th straight year,
I'm
likely.
listen. After watching the Face-Off series, like rewatching it, I felt bad for McDavid. I was like, okay, kind of hope he gets a cup soon. But at the same time, like I really want LA to beat Edmonton, like finally exercise those demons.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
One more thing about the Blues, though.
I don't know.
If they win tonight, it'll be their confirmed 11-game winning streak. The last time they went on 11-game winning streak was 2019, and that year they won the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Well, they win tonight. It's confirmed, guys.
Dude, the playoff matchups, even if the season ended today, would be so good. Like, you have the Battle of Florida, Battle of Ontario, Montreal, Washington, Carolina, New Jersey,
We were so close.
Winnipeg,
to
St.
Chuck Ball.
Louis, Dallas, Colorado, Edmonton, LA
I'm
again,
just-
and then Vegas, Minnesota.
I'm
Like,
excited to see who's going to
like-
win the Prez. Like,
I wish Florida would win the Atlantic though, because then we could have the Kachuk Bowl in the first round.
I don't know. I think
Okay, but the Battle of Ontario, though,
So we either get Battle
And
of
the Battle
Ontario
of Florida.
Battle-
you have the Battle of Florida and Battle of Ontario in the first round.
This is pretty good, but I want the Kachuk Bowl.
And then you'd have Toronto, Tampa 2.0 again, too. So there's really not a bad matchup here.
Who's to say that Florida's not gonna win?
I am.
Beach played 75.
Last time Toronto played Ottawa, they went to the conference finals. They lost to Carolina, but, like, they went to the conference finals.
Oh boy.
And that was 2004.
Speaking of
And they beat them in the first round.
Carolina, there were some fireworks between
That guy knows what's up.
Carolina.
Ronan knows what's up. He's
And-
shaking his head at me. Another Leafs fan here.
Oh, I did not know
Sorry
that.
for you.
Why?
Yeah.
We clinched a playoff spot last night.
No.
And-
Every year it's
You've clinched a playoff
Yeah.
spot for the last 9 years, and you've only made it out of the first round once.
I'd like to clinch a playoff spot.
Okay.
I mean, me too, but like we're trying to make fun of Nick here, so get on track.
I'm riding on
can't
the
for-
Jets train.
We can't forget.
choo-choo.
we
I'm on the
want
Jets train this
Florida.
playoffs.
We want Florida.
Yeah,
Last,
Boston's
last
deal
year
with
when we were
this year.
making our bracket, he goes, "Give me Boston. I want Boston." Yeah, okay, buddy. See how that ended for you, David Pasternak, Game 7. How you doing?
I'm on.
And then my phone immediately blew up, and I just sat. I just watched the notifications roll in, and I just sat staring down.
That's what happens when you
For
cheer
10
for
minutes.
a clown franchise like the Leafs.
Oh my. Okay. You know, I'm not even good. I've learned to keep my mouth shut.
I just think everybody's.
You also learned to keep losing in the first round.
sleeping.
I mean, we all knew the Leafs were going to make the playoffs this year.
Yeah.
It's what happens in the playoffs that matters.
I don't even know where we're at in the game notes, guys. We've been moving too much. It's fine.
We're just winging it now.
Yeah, it's okay. We can go back to the wild card race in the East now, since we're talking about the East.
Yeah, because the West is
The
put
West
a
is
bow on
basically
it. We
set.
got your 8 teams.
Vancouver, I'm sorry. Like, I know Quinn Hughes is still healthy, and I said if Quinn Hughes is healthy, then
It was just a
make it.
disastrous year for
You're 8
Vancouver.
points
Yeah,
back. You're,
And then St. Louis decided it was 2019. So, I'm so sorry, Vancouver.
I think that other than just wild card, I think it's going to be exciting to see who wins the President's Trophy. I think
I
it's going to be cool. Both Winnipeg and the Capitals are 7 games out, and Winnipeg's at 106. Capitals are at 107, right?
yes.
And then
105.
and then the Capitals are at 105, and they're just 1 point away, and each of them have the exact same amount of games left, and that's gonna be cool. I
I
think
agree.
it's gonna be really neat. Now it's not gonna affect. I think they're both still gonna win their divisions, but
Oh, yeah.
I just think it's kind of cool just to
Mhm.
watch them race for it because they're still trying to. Although have they clinched their division and their playoff
Mhm.
spot, that's fine. But now they got something else to fight for, which means that they're gonna be. I don't know. I think
Can I throw out a
I'm
question?
on the Jets train still because I
Can
still
I-
think that they're focusing on Ovi, and that's what
Mhm.
happened. They boosted 3
Yeah.
points, then Capitals fell too. So
Yeah. Can I throw out a question to you? And I
Sure.
guess to both of you as well. Is this finally the year a Canadian team wins the Cup?
No.
Between Toronto, Ottawa, Edmonton, and Winnipeg?
I think the Oilers took a step back this year.
No.
Whenever
yeah,
I
agree.
make-
Although the one thing to look out for is McDavid is hurt right now, which means he is resting. So
Well, not only is he hurt, but Stuart Skinner. I think Draisaitl.
Draisaitl's back.
No, Draisaitl is back?
Yeah.
Okay. But
Be
McDavid to
yeah.
Stuart Skinner, so
Whenever-
they're dealing with some
They
injuries.
do get
right now.
LA in the first round though.
I do.
Again. and
LA's
they've-
been good lately.
Yeah.
though.
Yes, but they've just
Owned,
owned
yeah.
LA in the playoffs.
True.
It's like the
It's like-
Capitals.
It's like
a new year,
Boston
though.
over the Leafs.
It's a new
That's
year
what-
yeah,
though.
honestly,
That's the
like
thing.
it is.
Yeah, it's like
Boston over the Leafs,
Yeah.
us over the Caps.
Yeah. you got to finally break through.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't. Not saying I don't like that take, but like I just think playoff hockey is the craziest thing in the world.
I think
for
I
sure.
think there's
and
Yeah.
I
This
don't.
is-
No matter who owns who, you cannot. I guarantee. I would never put my money on a team in the playoffs.
Oh, no.
I
I
think
feel like
this-
there's also a big
Never.
difference in like terms of because the whole Boston Toronto thing went back years before 2018 and
Oh,
then
for
it kept
sure.
going, but also it's Toronto, like the noise there is so much louder than it is in
Yes.
LA. I mean, obviously LA is a big market, but like they're not. When you
I
think of the
th-
NHL, you don't think of the Los Angeles Kings.
There is no city in the NHL that has bigger noise than the Leafs every year in the playoffs.
Exactly.
Like not even Montreal. Not even Montreal. What?
I disagree.
Like, if
I
Montreal-
disagree,
What
too.
team do you think has more noise?
I mean, all
Like, coming
all
from,
the
like,
Leafs.
the fans-
Edmonton has got to be the loudest.
It's Edmonton. Not like I mean, of course it's
I think
Canadian
Edmonton's
teams,
up there.
but Edmonton's
because
up
of
there.
Connor McDavid.
Calgary's up there. Like
No, not
Boston's
crazy.
surrounding.
not loudest of like the building.
We're talking
I
about the
mean,
media.
the media.
oh,
That you could have just said media.
Yeah.
No, like the
Loudest like
noise from,
atmosphere.
like,
it's not
No.
Toronto.
No,
not-
we're talking
not
about the media
atmosphere,
here.
Not atmosphere. Like loudest noise of
Loudest media noise.
Did I
We'll
miss
call it
something?
media
Did
noise
did we
now.
miss something?
I completely
Yes,
well
you
no,
did.
but you could have said media. So I
Yeah.
don't think we
Did
missed
they-
it that
Okay,
bad.
our bad, our
Did
bad,
you
our
not
bad.
say
Okay,
media?
okay.
No,
We're
I did
sorry.
not say
You
media.
just said loudest building.
But I knew it.
No, we didn't say building.
We didn't say
That's
building.
what I
We
thought.
We just
said
said
loudest
noise.
surrounding
We
the
just said
team.
noise. Yeah, no, loudest
Well-
media noise surrounding the team.
One
Like
thing I want to say about
Well,
the-
like pressure. That
pressure.
would be the best
That's a
word.
good
Yeah.
word too. There's not as much
From
pressure.
like fans and media to succeed in the
There's more
playoffs.
pressure on the Leafs to
Toronto's
win
just-
because they have that core. There's not as much pressure on LA
Does that make more sense?
yeah.
to win. 'cause
Yeah,
it's
that
not
makes
like
a lot
they
of
have a set
sense
core.
because Toronto media is brutal. Like we
Toronto
heard
media
from
is
Yohi,
like there's
Mr.
no
Yohi.
team.
Our mistake for miswording
No,
things.
I'm not even. I'm just trying to say this.
There's this, wait, you go ahead.
I
you
was
go
just
ahead,
gonna
you go
try
ahead,
to
you go ahead.
say for the last 5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Go
go
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
that this is the best year the Kings would beat the Oilers. If they had a shot to beat the Oilers, it would be this year.
I think that's my
I
take too.
I do agree with that, but also I've been saying that about the Leafs beating Boston.
Yeah, I mean,
and it hasn't worked out.
But I think you're delusional about that.
How am I? What is the difference between me wanting the Leafs to beat Boston than the Kings beating?
Because how
Edmonton?
many times have
Please.
like it's been just
Because the Leafs have not proven themselves
they didn't prove
to
themselves.
step up in the big
And
moments.
Boston at that time,
How have the Kings?
no, but Nick, think about
no,
this.
the Oilers
Think about
have
this, like
clearly taken a step.
yeah,
back
the
this
Boston did not take a step back when they beat you. They
Like,
were
also-
unbelievably consistent the entire way
There's-
through.
There's
And the
also,
Oilers are
sorry.
not as good as what Boston was.
It's also again the conversation of like expectations and pressure on the Leafs because like they have all these stars,
Now
so
that
you
yes.
expect them to be good.
Now that yes.
LA doesn't have those kinds of stars, and they're going up against Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl.
That is also.
So you're
true.
saying
Like, if-
Edmonton's team right now is as good as Boston's team was when they beat the Leafs?
No.
Exactly. So then that is a take. So you
I'm
can't
not-
go that is and then
I'm not
not agree
going
with
with-
us when that's true.
Yeah.
When you're saying that's true.
Wait, I'm so confused now.
So if when I
I'm
said something, you're
confused
like,
too.
and then Megan said something, you're like, yeah, the 100% with that. And I ask you, okay, so you're telling me that Edmonton taking a step back is as good as Boston was, and you're like, no. So then our take is true.
I'm still. You know what? Look,
I'm slightly confused
I'm-
too, but
the more you explain it, the more confused I get.
Okay.
Jake,
just-
do you understand this?
What I'm trying to say is
Go
like
Kings, go.
my reasoning for this is when you said like when we talked about delusion, right? And saying
We're
that,
talking about delusion now.
no, you mentioned delusion. I'm not stupid. You know what I mean?
What?
When did Megan literally mention that Nick had the Leafs delusion? Like
Yeah.
yeah, I
5
said
minutes
Nick was
ago.
delusional.
He is delusional.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I said when we talked about that, and when Megan mentioned that, Nick was like, "No, there's no reason for that."
Yeah,
because
yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah, he goes, yeah, this is our best chance.
It-
like,
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. So then when I say that, oh my lord, when I say that Edmonton could definitely lose to LA, and you're like, oh well, like no, you said Edmonton. You said no, Edmonton's gonna steamroll through them. I'm like, okay, well, no, they have a chance. And you're like, what? I can't even get a word out.
I don't know what's happening right now.
The Kings are beating the Oilers this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm
what's
trying to
happening.
say.
And the Leafs are going to lose in the first round. That's the moral of the
Okay.
story.
Listen, I feel like out of the
you
past
guys are gonna lose to Ottawa in the first round.
out
It's
of
the
the
Leafs.
past
Yeah.
several years of the Bruins, I
Out
could
of a-
see the Leafs actually making it out of the first round. Could I see them making it out of the second round? No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes.
They're not going
Because
to make it out of the
They're
second
gonna
round.
run into
There's
Tampa
no
or
way.
Florida. And even though Florida might be not as great at this very moment, Matthew Tkachuk will likely be back, and the Leafs have their stars have not stepped
Yeah.
up in those huge moments.
And Linus Olmark's not going to be an easy goalie to get
They're gonna
past
have
in
a
the first.
Fight.
Like, Ottawa's a physical team.
They're not.
So is the.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. It's not a good matchup.
The
I
Leafs.
just think-
The Leafs have the guys to be physical. They just don't do it.
Exactly.
I
They
don't-
have the guys to
Ottawa-
score too, but
Ottawa's
they
got
don't do
house-
it.
Ottawa's got house money on them. They
But-
got nothing to lose. The
but-
Leafs
but-
got everything to
But
lose
think
in
about
this
it like
series.
this: like with the Leafs,
I'm
is
getting 2021 flashbacks again.
they are the team that they were last year in the playoffs. They're almost identical to what
Yeah.
they were,
The-
right?
The
and if
Yeah.
they didn't
defense
bring
core for the
basically,
Leafs is different. but
if they
that's
didn't
about
bring,
it.
I don't care if they made it past
I
first
mean, they have
round.
Stolarz now
Yeah.
as a goalie.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is the thing.
but it's the same main
Toronto
guys.
has all the pressure on them, like they always do, and it's if they lose again this year, it's 9 straight years in the playoffs, and only one time they made it past the
Yeah.
first round.
I will
I
say
really
though,
And it ended right after.
I will
that.
say though, Toronto fans will take over Ottawa in the playoffs.
That's true.
That'll
Ottawa,
be
like you said, has nothing to lose. I don't think
Yeah.
a lot of us had expectations for Ottawa to be in the playoffs this year. So it's same thing with Montreal. Like if Montreal loses in the first round, I don't think they're going to be as like, oh my gosh, like this
No,
season
they're
was
just
a
gonna be
bust.
thrilled.
Like no one was expecting that either, except for Jake. So
No, Bell Center was just gonna be buzzing though. In
so
games
the
3
Leafs
and 4.
need to not.
That's gonna be
The Leafs
awesome.
actually need to step up and not listen to the pressure if they want to make it out of the first round.
C'est la boue.
Leafs.
C'est la blue.
That's Montreal.
I know, because they're gonna play Washington. I don't want Washington to win.
Washington's gonna sweep them.
No, they're not.
I don't think they're going to be a playoff team.
Believe in Cole
Who
Caulfield.
Montreal?
No,
I don't believe.
Washington. I
I
don't
don't
think
think
Washington's going to be the stellar playoff team everyone's putting them to.
Thank you.
I don't know. I don't. I mean,
Someone
think-
in the West is
I
gonna.
think
They're
you're,
not-
I think you're
this year.
sleeping on
They're-
Washington.
I-
think you are.
I think that they're slow.
Oh.
I mean,
They're
you watch
too
the
old,
games. If you
think?
watch Washington, they're too old to be a crazy playoff team. Don't get me wrong.
I think
I
that's
will
a
not be
crazy
sup-
take. I think that's crazy.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
We're having so much playoff talk. We
Because-
never had Pucks
no,
and Deep.
you know
I'm canceling
why?
Pucks and Deep today.
You know why? I
Sorry.
agree with you.
They have
there.
105 points.
No,
and
listen,
you're saying
listen,
they're not
listen,
a team. Good,
They do
that's
have a
crazy.
bunch of young, good players,
I'm sorry.
but like the main stars, like you know what I mean?
No, but you can't. You
Play
cannot. Yeah,
slow.
you cannot be surprised if they don't make it far.
I
That's
would be
my
see them as a
point.
surprised.
second round
That's
would
my
be
team.
point.
surprised.
If they don't make it past the second round, I'm not going to be surprised.
No, me neither.
Same.
If you watch the team play, if you watch their games, they're
They
a
have to go up
slow-paced
against
team.
Carolina and New Jersey. Those are two fast teams.
They're so
Yeah.
fast, and I'm
I
not going to be
might
surprised.
have more faith in Carolina. They lost to Carolina 5-1 last night.
Yeah.
That's if I really hope that series
Carolina
is going to
wa-
be brutal.
No, I completely agree with you, Megan.
Please.
Carolina Washington second round would feed families.
My point to that is literally just like I'm not going to be surprised. Now, don't get me wrong. If they make it far, they're going to make it far, and I'm not going to look at that and go, "Oh, like I was not expecting that." But I'm leaning more towards the fact of they're not. They might win and go a long way, but are they going to do it easily?
No.
Not at all.
I
are they
could
going to do
see
it
them
easily?
losing to Carolina because Carolina is
Right.
another team that is hot right now heading
I
into
think
the
Carol-
playoffs.
They're not losing to Carolina. They're
I'm
just
kinda
not.
getting
I said I could
2004 vibes.
see it
I
see
happen.
a- I'm
I
not
never
seeing
said it's gonna happen. We have to
I-
see how the season finishes, and then we'll make our brackets, and all yell at each
I think
other
they're
about
so focused on this OE stuff, and it's going to be over by then, and that's fine. But I
Yeah.
think they're going to look at it and be like, "Oh, he had a stellar year. Let's go get him a cup."
When has Carolina been able to get over the hump?
This year,
it.
I think.
The second round is not their hump. The conference finals is their hump.
Yeah.
The conference finals is their wall they keep running into.
What was
like
it? Was
Washington
it-
always
Was
ran
it
the
2021 when did Carolina beat him in? It was an overtime tip.
I mean, that
When
That
was
was
that?
2019.
It was 2019.
this is such a different team, though. This Capitals
That was
team.
Barack McGinn, at the
Hey.
Future
it was
Penguin.
a tip from the right side.
Yep.
I remember that.
Yep. And because I remember I was in bed.
I
My
remember watching
parents
that.
was watching in the bedroom, and I heard them scream,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and we all celebrated.
The Capitals, I think, are a lock to make the conference finals.
No,
I don't think it's a lock.
I think Carolina's gonna make the conference finals out of the Metro.
My opinions are not set yet. We will set them
Washington's
in 2
got-
weeks.
A bye week against the Habs, I think, in the first round. I don't think.
Oh.
I don't know about
Bye week.
Montreal is a fast and physical team.
They're
I
gonna
think
beat
they're right-
Montreal. They're gonna beat Montreal,
They're beating
but they're not
I
gonna
thi-
do them
no,
in
no, no.
4 or 5.
I think they're gonna beat them, but I think it's gonna be like 6.
It's gonna be 6 or
Because
7.
Montreal, it not only has the skill,
Yeah.
the speed,
Right.
and the physicality. They're a physical
They
team.
don't have the experience that the Capitals do.
Well, no.
No, and like that's
but-
neither did Toronto in 2017, and
I
they
know.
went to
Look
6
how-
games.
I don't care where
So
anything's
long.
going. I think the Jets are gonna go to the finals this year.
You think?
I said
Whoa.
that at the beginning. I said they are going to win their division. I had them for President's Trophy. I was like, this team is going to be good this year.
If they win their division, I can see it. If they lose their division, it's going to be very hard.
I think it's going to be one of Winnipeg, Dallas, or Colorado.
It's going to be
One
tough,
of
but
those
I think
three
are
I have
winning the cup
I have
this year.
Winnipeg going all the
Western
way.
Conference
I think we're
champion is
sleeping
coming
on
out of
I
the
think we're
Central.
sleeping in on Vegas.
Yes.
I
We
think we're sleeping
are.
on
We really
Vegas.
are.
Who?
But-
Vegas? Well, Vegas is always like one of those teams. That,
Vegas
like,
is a great team.
I just
too.
can't see Vegas losing to Colorado.
I could see them sneaking into the.
I could see him. I can see him.
But I don't know
Hmm.
if they're going to beat Colorado or Dallas or Winnipeg.
But then again, I know
It'd be in, like, 6
we
or
said
7,
like
of
the
course,
Oilers are
but-
taking a step back, but like when it's playoff time, those guys they step it up. Like
That's another thing.
Those are
You can't
different.
kind of
Who are
playoff
they?
McDavid.
Who are they like? Is it close to know who they're going to play?
It's
we-
probably going to be LA.
Or is it going to
it's
be?
very
It's
likely
gonna
going to
be
be LA.
Who, Edmonton?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be LA. Like
It's going to be 4 straight of LA.
I don't think
Edmonton,
there's
basically.
a doubt about that because there's nobody else below Edmonton who could jump up in there because it's Minnesota and St. Louis in the wild card spot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that there's going to be a lot of things people aren't expecting this year. I think the Stars are going to be another great team.
That's what I mean. I think one of Jets, Stars, Abs win the cup this year. One of those 3.
I don't see it coming from the Eastern Conference. It's going to be a
no,
Western
no,
Conference
no.
team that
I
wins the cup.
absolutely agree. I
I agree.
absolutely agree.
I don't see Florida going back to back.
I would, dude.
I think they're gonna be too burnt out.
I really now. Of course, I'm saying this, and I don't put 100% on this because you, like I said, you can never
Anything
bet.
can happen.
Anything can happen in the NHL playoffs.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
You cannot just look at something and go, "This is definitely going to happen."
Yeah.
But I am very strongly thinking that something's going to happen to Washington. I got a
agree with
weird
that.
feeling about it.
Like second round, I think.
Like second
like, you
round,
know, win a
Yeah.
President's Trophy and then crash and burn.
like a
Like
lot of
they've
teams do.
done before. The Capitals have done before, and they've lost in the second round
Exactly.
to us 2
Like-
years in a row.
I think, or
Like,
even
I
if it's
gotta
in the
see it
third
in
round,
April.
even if it's in the conference finals.
I don't see them being.
You
in the
see
finals.
this fast-paced team come up and hit them. They're not going to because they're. I agree. I think Montreal is going to be if it isn't 6 or 7 games. I don't think it's going to be too much of like. I think it's going to be kind of easy for them. I think the games aren't going to be too stressful. It's going to be physical, but I don't think it's going to be too crazy.
Or the
right.
Shaq guy versus Tom Wilson.
But
Ooh.
I really think that when they get to these faster-paced teams and these bigger teams, they're going to get slapped right in the face, and they're going to be like, "Whoa, we got to really play now."
That's what I still. I
Their
really-
confidence is skyrocket right now. It's so high. They're to the roof, and they're going to
Capitals
continue
got-
that way.
Got guys doing like career seasons right now.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like,
Yeah. I just think people
Like
like teams
Tom-
that have
Tom
that
Wilson,
confidence.
he's got
like-
32 goals.
I don't like him obviously, but like, he is having a career season. Alexi Protas, that young kid's a stud. Him and
Oh,
Mick
yeah.
Michael and Dylan Strome.
Jacob Chikrin has 20 goals this year.
Yeah, Jacob Chikrin as a defenseman. Is
That's
having
awesome.
A career year.
Crazy.
And don't forget, I mean, they just picked up the greatest
Pierre-Luc
player of all time, Anthony
Dubois
Villiers. But you know,
Seemed to find a right home for him.
I literally forgot that they got.
I mean, he's the greatest player of all time.
Okay.
Well, that was a great debate, guys.
That was fun.
And it's only gonna get even better next week.
Like I said, Pucks
When
and
we
Deep
have
is
your
can-
hot take.
Pucks and Deep is canceled this week.
Pucks and
What
What
Davis-
was it? Can we just do a quick one?
We
Yeah.
didn't have one.
Oh,
We were just going off on that playoff debate. I was like, you know what? Let's just go with this. This is great.
honestly, I like that. We did yap for a while on
Yeah.
that.
We did, and I think it was awesome. It was fantastic.
Guys, I'm so excited for the Stanley Cup playoffs
It's gonna be
now.
so
We have
fun.
2 weeks today till the NHL regular season ends.
Yeah, Ryan, it's almost done.
That was quick. I keep
not
thinking
really
the 17th
yesterday.
is. I keep thinking
Yeah, we just had Four Nations.
because for
Like,
the
no way, it's
NHL,
almost
the
done.
NHL season over is the 17th for me because I don't really care after
Yeah.
the Penguins are over. Like
Yeah.
I'll watch these teams play. Like
Remember
and
that
then
first game of the year?
that feels that does not feel long
No,
ago.
it doesn't.
No,
I feel like we just did that.
We just went to Columbus.
So when are the playoffs going to start? Are they going to start the 19th?
The 19th.
Oh, so they start 2 days later.
Yeah,
Zoinks.
so I have,
Oh, slay.
so
We're
I have
still
one
gonna
day
be
to edit
here.
a podcast episode and a bracket video. It's gonna be great.
Oh, we're still going to be here.
Yeah,
We
we
can
talked.
experience the playoffs together.
Holy heck!
Let's go. Playoff watch
Holy.
party in room 202. You're invited, Ronan.
Wait,
You're
actually,
invited. You're invited.
yeah, I could
Everyone's
do that, probably.
invited. Playoffs watch party. Opening night watch party. Room 202. Be there. Be square. If you get a point park and you're watching
I will
this,
not be there.
you're invited.
What do you mean you won't be there?
It's Easter. I got to go home for my family. It's a Catholic
yeah.
holiday.
Who cares about Easter? This is playoff season.
Whoa.
I'm kidding.
Whoa.
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. I care about
Bro walks
Easter,
around
of
and be
course.
like, I got God on my side. Second day. Hey, screw Easter.
No.
Who cares?
I
The
love-
playoffs are
out.
on.
I love the
Time
Lord. I'm
out.
literally going to evangelize tomorrow morning and then going to
cool.
Bible study and then evangelize.
No, you're
the
not.
Lord.
You hate Easter.
Oh my god,
Bro
Okay,
hates
so,
Easter.
Listen,
this is insane.
never mind. I shouldn't
It's a
say that.
crazy
That's kind of
argument to have,
insane to
you
say.
It's an
this
ins-
is
that's an insane take, Nick.
two amazing things on one day: Easter and the Stanley Cup playoffs.
There we go.
Second
That's-
day.
That's
My two
three
fa-
amazing
That's how you
things.
should have
My
phrased
my
it.
two favorite things in one.
Shout out Brady. We got WrestleMania going on too that weekend.
Oh heck!
Me
Yeah,
and Jake got
it's gonna be
the
insane.
playoffs. You got.
What,
I'm pretty sure I'm
what
gonna be
day
done
is
with all
it?
my classes by then too. So
What?
What day is it?
19th,
the
Saturday.
19th.
Let me see.
Wait, let me actually look at my schedule because if we have
There might be a baseball game, but as long as I
there's softball.
or softball.
I'm definitely streaming that at softball.
I won't be able to make it the 19th.
I don't even blame you. Watch playoffs instead.
No, I can't
Pirate game.
watch play.
Pirate game?
Yeah.
You having a watch
That
party?
sucks.
No, like
There's
Oh,
I have
you're
to
working
he
work.
has
the
to
pirate game.
work because he's an
Slay.
intern.
He's
Did
not
we
an
mention
intern.
that?
Are you an
I think
intern?
we did.
Yeah.
Wait, it's an internship.
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
I thought it was an actual
I
job.
thought we mentioned that on the.
I thought it was an actual job.
I wish.
Oh, so I'm getting paid and you're not?
I'm getting paid.
You are?
We're both getting
Yeah.
paid.
Not as not that. Well, I'll say
Well, no, you don't
I'll
have to say how much
Yeah.
you're getting paid. It's just like I know for your Penguins one you didn't get paid.
Yeah, the Penguins don't pay their interns. The Pirates do.
That's
That's
pretty
awesome.
cool though.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank
and
you.
babe. Both making money this summer.
Cha-ching.
On the bright
Jeez.
side, with me having to edit a podcast episode and a bracket video in the same day, I won't have to go take musical pictures the same night too,
Oh, sick.
because that was a really long day.
When did you have to do that?
Last year I was
Oh,
doing
yeah.
musical
Yeah,
pictures
I
for my
remember
high
that.
school, and then I also was using that for my photography final
Mhm.
project, which I don't know
Oh.
if it ever got graded. But I was doing
Huh.
that. I had 3 podcast videos to edit, and then the
Busy
next
day.
day I had to edit all my photos. I listened to the Tortured Poets Department, the anthology, twice through.
Slay.
That is 4 hours.
Hum.
I was editing photos for 4 hours.
Babe.
I think a little more,
Hum.
really.
Babe.
S-
Hum.
Babe.
It was really exhausting weekend. And
Hum.
then we went to paint the
Babe.
ice
Hum.
the next day.
Oh yeah.
That we never made that vlog. I was
No.
because I
Sitting
told
there.
one of you to edit it. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm so tired. I'm done.
I completely forgot.
Wasn't
That's some lost media of how this should go.
It is lost.
it's in the lost files.
Anyways, I think we're gonna wrap up here now. Because
What an episode.
that was
That's
a great
good.
episode. Great job, guys.
Let's go.
Great arguments. Great conversations. I'm so excited for playoffs.
Can I just go to
Thanks.
sleep for 2 weeks and wake up?
No, you have to finish your classes.
Wake me up
Wake
when
me
the
up
playoffs
inside.
start.
Anyways.
inside.
Wake me up.
Anyways.
I'll wake you up.
Oh,
Anyways. Can I talk? Thank you to the CMI for letting us use the space, even though we wish we could be in the media hub. But thanks to Tanner for getting this squared away for us, because
Babe Tanner.
I
babe.
asked him to reach out to make sure we could get it secured, and he did. So thank you so much. Make sure you are following us on our social media at @haveashift_a on Instagram, TikTok, excuse me, and X. Subscribe to the Have a Shift Day channel because after next week we're going there. All of our play. What are you doing?
Cuddling.
Oh dear.
Cuddling.
It's a miracle we're still in Inside the Rink. Also, don't know how much longer our merch is going to be around since it's through Inside the Rink.
That's a little concerning.
It is concerning. So if you haven't gotten your Have a Shift Day merch yet, like Ryan, go get it now.
We're having a fire sale.
I don't think it's actually a fire sale. That is false advertising.
Fire sale.
Well, if you do want to sponsor us so we can make more merch, hit us up.
Yeah. See you guys
Send
later.
us an
Sponsor
email.
us.
Send us an email.
It's crazy.
We will figure out merch
I didn't
somehow
read our date.
once we're independent, but yeah.
Run, sprint to the source right now.
There's one on Smithfield. We are outside of the subway at a pop-up shop.
No, we
Meet us there.
sell our shirts at Target on Smithfield.
The Levin's closing sale.
Oh my god.
Everything 50% off right now.
What if like a year?
And
from
don't
now-
forget, if you get injured in an accident, call attorney David Schrager. Don't be scared. Be prepared.
What if in like
in the world?
it's like-
1-800-588
Guys, we did.
2300 Empire
Today.
This is all free advertising you were giving people.
wait.
We're not done.
What, like 5 years from now?
Can
we
I
go to-
say goodbye?
We go to Burlington and Smithfield and we see Have a Shift Day shirts on clearance.
Anyways, bye. We'll see you next week.